Welcome back, babies! It is part 2 of our go-home episode of Warzone, heading towards Bulletproof pay-per-view, and we kick off with Multiversal Women's Championship Division action. Recently picking up a victory, the only victory, over the current champion since her debut. Jean Grey has been challenged to a rematch here by Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel and Jean Grey will still be going at it for the championship at the pay-per-view. However, the champ wants to get some momentum back, moving towards that big matchup. And so she's challenged. Somebody got very excited in the crowd there. As we move forward, Jean Grey looking to keep that momentum going, build up, and pick up another big victory over the previously undefeated champion. All you loyal MFers, so glad to see you come back each and every episode. Means the world to me as Beast just traipses through Jean Grey's intro shot there. X-Men First Class, obviously a unit, but sometimes not always on the same page apparently. As the Phoenix makes her presence known, Scott Summers Cyclops and Bobby Drake the Iceman on either side over there. We saw Hank McCoy invading the shot a few moments ago. We also have a couple of triple threats to determine our number one contenders for the Multimedia and the Multiversal Championship at the pay-per-view. But let's focus on this women's matchup as Jean Grey comes in. Oh, with some big strikes, only to take a huge clothesline. A leaping one at that from Captain Marvel. She turns things around very quickly, going for a quick pin. Two powerhouse icons of the Marvel women's landscape going at it here. Phoenix, one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous entity in Marvel, as Captain Marvel lines up the Dragon Sleeper here. Captain Marvel, a powerful superheroine. Oh, as Danvers has her limbs worked. Thought maybe going for another arm breaker. Oh, and she does in a different variation, though. Jean Grey mercilessly working that arm over and over again. Interesting, she's targeting the arm. Perhaps trying to neutralize the ability to use that Air Force slam. That finisher of Captain Marvel's. Ooh. Took a nasty dead weight landing, only to pop right back to her feet. Another big clothesline. Every time Jean Grey gets a little bit of momentum going, it seems like Captain Marvel comes out with a big move that just floors her. And then follows up. We've seen a lot of that. Every time she gets floored, she goes right back down to her, keeps her grounded, keeps the attack going. Shooting star! Big finish. Could this be it already? Ooh, 2.5, maybe even a little more. Just kicks out in time, does Jean Grey. Going to the well again, already to the top turnbuckle. This might be a mistake. Moonsault, no, she hits it. A second high-flying maneuver, compounding the damage of the first. Jean Grey disoriented, going for that dropkick to no one. She's taken quite a bit of damage. Hasn't put up quite the fight we saw in that first matchup. Having the X-Men at ringside, you would think, would be more of an advantage, having that numbers game to play towards your favor, but it seems like Jean Grey did better on her own than when she had the three of them by her side. Wrenching at the arm. Now a middle rope this time. Could see that trademark sunset flip into the sit-out powerbomb from here. If she nails it. She does. Oof! Big impact to the back of the shoulders and neck. And straight into the pin. No surprise there. 1, 2. Oh, 2.9. Just short. Yet another very close kick out. Jean Grey's just been surviving, though, at this point. There hasn't been a lot of offense on her part. Early going, she had a bit more going. But ever since then, an Air Force hits the Air Force. And Bobby Drake interfering, distracting the referee. likely saving the match for Jean Grey there, but unfortunate. It's going to make, even if she does pull out a victory now, it's going to make it a bit dubious for Jean Grey versus that very definitive win last time these two met. Captain Marvel, as you can see, furious, has come off that defeat. Just so much motivation to undo what happened in their first matchup by defeating Jean Grey here tonight. Ooh, kick to the ribs into it. Oh! That is one of Iron Fist's maneuvers. All granted, it works a little bit differently for Captain Marvel, but that's a finisher Iron Fist uses, known as the Chi Strike. No Chi for Captain Marvel, though. Those double palm strikes in her instance, since there is no Chi to make into a weapon for the true impact of what would normally be a finisher for Danny Rand. Goes in for another sort of reverse naked choke to the throat. It looks like the hand is coming up a bit on the lower jaw, though. Rolls through, does Jean Grey. Struggling really to find her way in this matchup ever since the sort of the first third concluded. That first exchange in the beginning, back and forth, ever since then has been struggling. But now, big move, DDT into the apron, and that could shift things back in the Phoenix's favor. Huge high impact and brutal move to that hardest part of the ring. These two have been fighting on the outside a good portion of these latter bits of this match. Oh, clocks her straight into the crowd. These two now fighting out. If they're not careful, they're going to get counted out. Jean Grey clocking Captain Marvel back over the barricade. Both these women need to get back in the ring if they don't want to be counted out. Already at an 8 count. Jean Grey taking her time as we get back to a 1. Not sure why, though. Oh! Springboard blockbuster. Impressive. The quickness, that whiplash on that blockbuster-style neckbreaker from the springboard position. Only a 2 count, but that was a hell of a comeback, and Jean Grey has started to change the complexion of this match considerably. Up she goes to the top rope. Could see a high-risk maneuver here. Phoenix Splash! That could be it. 1, 2... No, only a 2 count. Likely not enough damage done for the majority of this match. Jean Grey put a lot of oomph into that finish, but it doesn't really matter if there wasn't a ton of offense behind it previously. So it might have done a lot of damage on its own, but Captain Marvel's really been the one running away with the offense in this match. Jean Grey setting up for the top rope again. Oh, dodged! Went for a big, looked like maybe a Hurricane Rana or a Meteora. Got sidestepped and crashed and burned into the mat. Both women now struggling. Jean Grey having a little bit of a problem here. Just too far away from her opponent. Maybe a little rattled, disoriented from... Oh, wait a minute! Air Force! A second slam. Hits it. 1, 2, 3, and the champ picks up a win. Both women with a win apiece now moving into the title match at Bulletproof. You gotta wonder now if Jean Grey, after the way those 2 matches went, is actually going to just leave the rest of X-Men First Class out of this for the title match. If I were her, that's what I would do. It seems like she was better off on her own, no distractions on the outside for either party. But regardless, here tonight, the champ is the one picking up the W. Congratulations to Carol Danvers as we move towards Bulletproof. Both women with a victory, but now with that much needed last bit of momentum is the champion. That being said, we got 2 triple threats lined up for number 1 contendership. The first will be for the Multimedia Championship. It is going to be 3 men who have recently picked up quite a few wins in that division. and all three of which have qualified by defeating the champ himself in singles action previously. That's right, all three members non-title wins over Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man, the man holding the Multimedia Championship currently. The young Spider-Man having a bit of a contested victory at a Fatal 4-Way in the Flashpoint pay-per-view. Or I should say in a Fatal 4-Way at the Flashpoint pay-per-view. A little tongue-tied, excuse me. As Red Robin, this man, makes his way to the ring. He might have the most momentum moving into this matchup. He's won quite a few singles matches before ever really pushing himself directly into the title picture. But after picking up all those wins, the last one he challenged was Miles Morales, defeated him, and we now see Red Robin getting an opportunity to potentially face him for the title at Bulletproof. Currently, Beast Boy and Cyborg obviously are the world's finest tag team champions. It would be a nice big added bonus if Red Robin could walk away with the Multimedia Championship and all three would have gold around their waist. You gotta think that faction is thinking that way. As Ant-Man makes his way to the ring, this man picked up a huge victory in the inaugural episode of Warzone over Thanos. One of his biggest accomplishments, one we'll probably not forget. Has been looking to capitalize and gain that Multimedia title. Was in that original Fatal 4-Way match. Unfortunately, though, unable to pick up the win, partly because of that controversial victory we mentioned. Was outside the ring, unable to interfere in the pinfall. Somebody who was able to interfere is the man we're about to see, but he froze up, cost him and everyone else not involved in the match. In the match finish, I should say. Cost him the opportunity to win that title. Shazam then redeemed himself, defeating Black Adam, who we saw facing off against Thor in Part 1. Defeated him to earn his way back into the title picture. Picked up a singles victory over Miles Morales shortly after. Ant-Man, another who picked up a victory over Miles Morales in singles action, the first to challenge him, said, I wasn't the one pinned, I can beat you, I know I can, and he did. Miles Morales has been struggling, not able to pick up victories ever since winning that title, and all three of these men, with a win over him, looking to propel themselves forward. Ooh, big whiff on the dropkick, just miscalculated, very rare for the young genius Tim Drake to miscalculate. As we kick off this triple threat match. All three men aiming to face Spider-Man for the title, and all three know that they can beat him. That's the key motivating factor for all three of these men, is all three of them know, based on previous experience, that they can beat Miles Morales one-on-one. Which means, for them, in their mind, they have to think it is almost a guarantee. Not a guarantee, but almost a guarantee that they will be the new champion. Ooh, a double elbow drop from both men there to Ant-Man. Colliding hard at the same time over the chest. Once again, miscalculating that dropkick, maybe just not getting enough momentum behind it. Intercepted by a forearm from Ant-Man. All three men, like I said, know that they can be, which basically almost guarantees them, not quite a guarantee, but almost guarantees them to become champion if they win. Because unless they make a mistake, unless they let their own arrogance get in the way, they have definitive proof that they should be victorious in a match with Miles Morales. That being said, the champ has lost all three of these men. You got to think he's going to come in prepared, knowing they could beat him at any time, and he's got to do whatever it takes to win. After that double elbow drop from Shazam and Red Robin, these two DC men briefly working together, doing some damage to Ant-Man. He seemed to be slow going and building momentum. Ant-Man has had a lot of trouble since then. Ooh! Surprising power there from Red Robin, lifting the much larger Shazam for that lifting inverted DDT of sorts. Ooh, dodging the shoulder block. Has to avoid that power from Shazam. Use that quickness to his advantage. Ant-Man trying to fight back into this. Shazam taunting, not sure this is a great idea, leaving his back to his opponents. Especially in a triple threat match, that's part of the inexperience of Billy Batson. Oh, but a tilt-a-whirl power slam from Shazam to Ant-Man, this could be over. Only a 2 count, kicks out to Ant-Man. Shazam now on the ropes. Red Robin hitting the drop kick, this time with a much more stationary target. Perhaps learning his lesson off those big whiffs earlier. Red Robin, Irish whipping. Ant-Man into the corner. The key to a triple threat match like this is making sure you take out that X factor of that third opponent. Here comes a downsized knee to the face. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Maybe 2.5. Red Robin kicking out. Not quite enough damage done for that downsize to finish off Ant-Man's opponent. He's now taking Shazam out of the picture. Trying to fight back into these big forearms, into that sling blade combination. Quick into the pin. Wise move, even if it doesn't work, you have that third party removed from determining the finish of a match. You want to try and take advantage, even if it seems unlikely. Use their absence to your advantage. Oh, a super kick right to the jaw. Back elbow, and we're getting readings from the sensors in Ant-Man's helmet. He's been busted open. Straight into that. Oh! Hurricane Rana to reverse it. Got hung up in the ropes in the process. It looked like he was going to go for that electric chair German suplex, only for Ant-Man to reverse it. Another pair of super kicks. One to the knee, one to the jaw. Into the pin, but you can see the exhaustion in Ant-Man's body language. A big reversal of that electric chair drive German suplex, but it took a lot out of him. Following up with that pair of super kicks. Shazam is now laid out. He's barely moving. Wait a minute. Round Robin off the ropes. Big impact. Hits the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Red Robin is your winner. Shazam turned over. Look of shock in his face. Wasn't expecting it to be over by the time he came to. All 3 men put everything they had into this one, but Red Robin, with the perfect opportune moment, hit that round robin, a different variation than we've seen before, using the ropes to help balance himself and get more momentum behind it, hit that finish, and Red Robin will be getting his first opportunity for the Multimedia Championship against Spider-Man Miles Morales at Bulletproof, moving forward to the pay-per-view. That looks to be a really great, acrobatic, high-flying matchup between those two. Cannot wait. But we have one more triple threat. Thanos, Doctor Doom, Iron Man, triple threat for #1 contendership of the Multiversal Championship. The big titles, #1 contendership is on the line in a triple threat. And I'm sorry, what? We're told something's going on backstage just before this matchup is about to start. Cut the cameras, get them over, get them back there. Let's see what's happening. Oh! Iron Patriot has blindsided Iron Man. Iron Man was on his way to this matchup, and he's been attacked by Iron Patriot. I'm not sure why this is happening, but... Oh, a deadlift backdrop. That Iron Patriot seems to have just assaulted Iron Man before his matchup. He's supposed to be the first one out of the curtain. Not sure if he'll make it to the match, but if he does, you can't imagine he's going to be anywhere near 100%. This is a vicious beating. So far, I mean, he's not even really had a chance to fight back. I mean, he's trying now, Stark attempting to fight off, fend off Iron Patriot. He's tossed him into the locker room now. Iron Man's supposed to be focused on 2 major opponents, Doctor Doom and Thanos at the same time. Instead, he's dealing with Iron Patriot. We're not sure if this is the Osborn Iron Patriot or one more familiar to those who watch the Iron Man movies. Could be, could very well be. Oh, looking to use that chair. But Iron Patriot not letting it happen. Into that torture rack position. Drops him! This is not looking good for Stark. For all we know, that could even be James Rhodes in there. There's quite a few people who've worn that Iron Patriot armor. Oh, slammed him on top of that chair. I mean, it doesn't make as much sense for James Rhodes to do this. It would be quite the betrayal. My money's on Osborn, but it could be any number of individuals. That is the downside of armor like that, is you really don't know who's behind it. Oh, went for a finish, but only to eat a clothesline. Stark fighting back with everything he's got. He's not about to be taken out. Oh, looked like he was going to drop him on that chair. Iron Patriot fighting out of it and tackling Stark to the ground. Gotta wonder if he's going to be able to make it to the ring. This is just... I don't know what Patriot's thinking now, but he's got his eyes on him. Perhaps waiting for the right moment, waiting for Stark to be fully aware for what he's about to do to him. I don't know if this is a mistake or not, but... fighting out. Ooh, a big, heavy-handed slap, and now cutthroat, side slam, down he goes. We're being told that they're trying to help him to the entryway to gorilla position. They're about to hit the music. Time will tell. Is he going to make it to the ring? Honestly, I think he should be in the trainer's room. But no. The pride and ego of Tony Stark will not allow him to sit out this opportunity. Iron Man making his way to the ring, pretending like nothing's happened. But you got to think he's got to be hurting. Took quite a beating back there. Either way, coming into this match, probably not anywhere near 100%, but he is not going to miss an opportunity to potentially become the future Multiversal Champion, even if he's got to face fellow Avengers Thor to do that. I'm personally of the belief he should probably stay in the back, get himself checked out, be 100%, get cleared by the medical staff, but he has chosen to fight, and we're going to honor that and allow him to do so. The show must go on, as they say. As our second participant makes his way to the ring, a man who was recently in league with Loki up until the strange wager-like deal that they made, Thor and Loki. Now going it alone in his attempt to gain the championship that has eluded him. His MFW version of an Infinity Gauntlet, which of course he's wearing one around his hand, does not have any power here in our arenas. We made sure of that. Has not had the greatest run here in MFW. Has had a string of disappointing losses, frustrating losses. He's trying to turn things around, but he's not had a great track record so far. Iron Man recently picking up a big singles victory over Thanos. One of those losses. As now this man, returning recently, had a big victory to propel him into this title picture originally, but didn't get the job done. Took some time away, came back, picked up another big victory on his way back in, and now looking to reclaim a spot in the title picture. Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, looking to claim #1 contendership and get a rematch for the Multiversal Championship one-on-one. Looking to face off against Thor without the third party. Originally, the title determined in a triple threat match. Superman involved in that matchup, and Thor walked away with the title. All three men looking to capture gold, but they got to go through each other first. And there's the bell as we kick off, and ooh, Thanos went for a charging clothesline, only to hit the ref. Ref is down as Thanos breaks up that little side headlock submission maneuver. The other two men reeling. Iron Man giving it his all to try and fight back into this. Ref still down. Oh! Clothesline clear out of the ring. Thanos now taking his attention to Dr. Doom. Thanos fighting like a man possessed, even taking out the ref by accident in the process. Oh! Putting all that huge body weight over the chest, neck, head. That wrecking ball style move there. Big slam from Iron Man. Not even sure how he has that power after that beating. Back of the head of Thanos bouncing off that bottom rope. But each big move that levels Iron Man, it just seems like he's so exhausted already. So damaged. All it takes is one big move and he's out for quite a little bit. Gotta be running on adrenaline mostly at this point. Big flying European uppercut. And now suddenly Tony is on a tear. Fighting with everything he's got. Taking on both men. DDT. Already up into the military press. Oh, but Thanos fights out. Oh, wait a minute. We could already see a Dominator. Hits it. Big finish. But he's got to deal with Doom before he can think about anything else. Went for a big boot and missed, only to get shoulder blocked in the back and fell pretty nastily. Ooh, almost a 3. 2.5 maybe. As Doom tried to capitalize on that Dominator to Iron Man, but not quite. A little too much time had passed between Stark getting hit with that finisher and the pin from Dr. Doom. A wise strategy, though, try to capitalize on the finishing move of the third man in the match. Big Uranagi from Thanos, a reversal of that clothesline. And these two trading blows now. DDT. Doom determined after returning to get back into that title match and to claim what he believes is rightfully his. Thanos determined to change his fortunes by claiming that title. Embarrassed and humiliated by his string of losses. Iron Man looking to transition from the Multimedia Championship picture straight into the Multiversal picture by beating these two men. But that attack from Iron Patriot puts a lot of that into question. Fighting with everything he's got left, though. Big power slam from Thanos. Going for the pin. Not quite the earth-shattering impact that Hulk puts behind it, but no less devastating. A power move from someone the size of Thanos. Big European uppercut off that military press. We've seen that before. But Doom still more than a factor in this triple threat. Oh, wait a minute. We could see another Dominator. Nails it into the pin. This could be it. 1, 2, 2.5. Doom managing to kick out. Thanos has hit 2 of those finishers now. Neither one has put away his opponent's armored knee strikes from Doom here. Fun fact, 2 out of 3 men in this match have worn the Iron Man armor. 1, and there's the kick out. Or at least have taken on the role of Iron Man. I'm sure you can guess Thanos was not one of those 2. As we could see a Mark V here, but no. Doom fighting out of it. Big side slam. Spinning side slam into the pin. 1, 2. Iron Man kicks out on his own. Thanos just a little slow trying to break it up. All 3 men have been taking quite a lot of punishment in this match, but no one man more so than the now out of the ring Iron Man. Took that beating before this match as now a Uranagi of his own. Doom putting down Thanos in a similar reversal to what he suffered only moments ago. Iron Man struggling to get back into this matchup. But now Doom setting up. Iron grip wrapped around the throat. Will it be enough? Could Thanos pass out like all the rest? And he does! That's the bell. Iron Man a little too slow to recover. Likely thanks to that beating before this matchup, but doesn't matter. In the end, the W goes to Victor Von Doom. Dr. Doom will be going forward to Bulletproof as your number one contender for the Multiversal Championship. It'll be him and Thor battling it out. Thank you very much, everyone, once again, for joining us here at MFW. Always a pleasure. I'm always glad to share all my nerd love with the rest of you who enjoy watching this multiversal action play out. Up next, we'll have Fight Nights Parts 1 and 2. That'll be our go-home fight night before we hit Bulletproof and we hit the pay-per-view to get all those title matches right out in front of your faces. So, have a good one, enjoy your nights, and remember, if you got in a cloudy day and you need a silver lining, I'm here for you. And if that's not enough, there's people around you who care for you. Talk to them. Trust me, they want to help too. I am Roman Empire, your host, MC, commentator. Please join us again.